Hey guys, this is a how-to on your lifeline. Does a short lifeline mean a short life? Okay, today we're going to debunk those myths about the lifeline and show you exactly how to read this in 3 simple steps, okay? My cat Piper's going to be here. He wants to. Anyways, this, you know, we're addressing the most common fear question. People think just because their lifeline cracks off. Mine goes into separate little splinters, and we'll get into that. Okay? We need to know exactly how to read these. This is locating, the orientation. It is the line that curves around your thumb, your mount of Venus. Okay? The fate line is like here. This, it's usually your index and your palm. Left versus right, however, it's which hand to read. Usually the non-dominant hand, which is my left hand, is what you're born with, you know what I mean? Because the dominant hand is how you're living it. There is a difference. So as you can see, it's very clear here, but it does intercept everywhere here. And that's not because my life is ended, it's because of low energy and such. Like I said, we will get into that. Okay, friends. So a deep and clear line represents vitality and a strong constitution. A chained or faint, which is like mine chains off, is sensitive, health periods, low energy. You know, breaks or squares. I'm showing my palm really close so you can understand and see. If Piper will stop. It's not, breaks or squares are not the end. It's just signifying major life shifts, protection, especially if there's a square, okay, in your hand. The length is just representing the quality of energy or your zest or your enthusiasm. It's not the actual date of passing, okay? A lot of people are like, oh no, my lifeline, you know. That's not what's happening. So you can literally divide the line into sections to see where they are on like your current journey. It's something about the pencil trick, okay? Since I'm like one-handed here, I don't have a pencil, but I have a marker. So you would place the pencil flat against your open palm, right? I don't know, are we? Okay. And then you use your other hand to firmly grip the wrist of the hand holding the pencil. Okay, so under the cover, grabbing this wrist, your pointer finger, it extends behind your hand and clamps the pencil firmly against your palm, like when we grab this, you see? Okay? You can open the hand holding the pencil, but because your finger is gripping it, you know, if you were to grip it, it's going to stick to your skin. So hold on. Alright, you see how that would actually line up now that I've done that? Where it's going to find your mount. So that's how you can find your mount, where your lifeline's going to, by your pointer finger, okay? If that helps you. If people can't see their lines. I totally understand it. This is just a quick how-to. So understand, the lifeline is not about when you die. It's how to read your vitality. Okay? So it's just a short lifeline. It kind of looks like mine gets cut out on this palm. Like there's a big empty section. So today, you're going to do a deep dive with me. You're going to know how to read that vitality, how to spot major life shifts before they happen. You know, a time on your line. So, you've learned how to find your lifeline. Your fate line's usually in there. Mine is kind of intertwined, as you see. But, like I was saying, deep and clear, your line is like a deep canyon. You have a robust constitution. You bounce back quickly from burnout or illness, and you're just a generator, right? You generate your own energy. The faint and the chain looks like a chain or small islands. It indicates periods of emotional and physical sensitivity, and you might feel scattered or easily drained by others' energy. Touche, friends. Mine is all chained over here. It's when illness hits or accidents. That's what that means. It's not I'm dead. Okay, the wide curve. Does it swing wide into the center of the palm? That shows a love for travel, adventure, social nature. If it hugs the thumb tightly, you're a homebody who finds strength in your sanctuaries. You know what I mean? This is a vein. We all have those. Okay. So, if there's a break in the line, there's a parallel line, the sister line. Okay? Don't panic. That just represents the total change in lifestyle, like moving across the world or a complete career pivot. You know, so if you have any tiny lines running parallel to your lifeline, it's a sister line, a Mars line. It's known as like an angel line, like you have extra protection or a guardian energy, like watching over your physical health during tough times. Thank you, Spirit, because I do. I have a lot of breaks, a lot of chains. So, if you time your line, and you imagine a line dropping down from the middle of your index finger, right? That's the age 20. And from between the index and the middle finger, which would be here, right? That's age 35. And from the middle finger, that's age 50. Okay? So 20, 35, 50. So looking at the quality of life at those marks, is there a branch going upward? Is there an effort line? A moment of great personal achievement? Is there a frayed end? That is not the end of your life. It's a sign that you'll be spreading your energy into many different passions as you grow wiser. Transitions, life transitions. I mean, like they said, this is my dominant hand, and these are clear. These are all scattered, small lines over here. So, like, my headline takes a sharp, dramatic plunge down into the bottom right corner of my palm. Right? That's the mount of the moon. And in chiromancy, a headline that dives deep like that suggests a mind that does not think logically. It's imaginative and relies heavily on intuition and creative problem solving, like subconscious intelligence, which I'm a shadow worker. That makes complete sense with my headline, right? Going boom, dodging down in here. But the minor lines that I have is the stress and the opportunity lines around my lifeline. They cut like very fine. They're horizontally across the lifeline. They're called anxiety and influence lines. Okay? They show where external situations shift my dynamic, or intense psychological transitions that it's a lot of mental static. And because I'm a shadow worker, that's also going to happen, right? I deal with a lot of heavy energy. So I do have a strong vertical line that's associated with the fate line, or career and direction. It rises straight up through the middle of my palm, slicing cleanly through the finer stress lines. It is acting as my anchor. So that's a, no matter how loud the crowd is or the transition gets, because I sink to rebuild, it's an innate ability to find my footing and ground myself again and carve out a direction through sheer willpower and spite. All right? That's my fate line. And because that reflects my psychological and situational awareness, it shifts as my personal path evolves, right? That's the intuitive dip, my headline and my lifeline. And that's how I make major life decisions, right? So life, fate, okay, it goes 20. In between these two fingers, 35, and the middle finger down is 50. So you do want to trace those. I just want you guys to have like a good, strong view of my palm, right? So your palm is a map, but you're the driver. Like if you saw something today that resonated, you know, that angel line, that fate line, or a wide curve, you need to let me know in the comments. I will definitely be jumping in to answer your questions. If it helped you understand your energy better, you know, please hit that subscribe button. Turn notifications all on so you don't miss the next deep dive into the heart line. You know, I am Brandy. I am a shadow worker, and let me know if you'd love to have more how-to videos like this. And I'll catch you later.